I'm gonna take you to the Hong Kong Jockey Club right now. So what happens is that behind these doors are actually part of this really empty racetrack that we have. Show you guys. Go. Here we go. You will never see horse racing like this ever. So this place is usually filled with people, and guess what? Because of the pandemic, there's like nobody. Yup, grumble grunt. Welcome. This is the Hong Kong Jockey Club. This venue is called Happy Valley. So as you can see why people are so happy. Yeah, because it's one of the only places where you can actually gamble in Hong Kong. Oh, the horses are coming out. This is a new video. Wow, it's kind of cold here. So now the social distancing protocol is in. So you can see, you can watch the horses. But yeah, the venue is beautiful. Actually, the Hong Kong Jockey Club is one of the highest caliber places in the world. And you know, while the horses are coming out, I'll show you something. So behind here is Causeway Bay and Happy Valley in Hong Kong. It's actually one of the most expensive neighborhoods. So that's where all the rich people live. For like $1 billion, you can probably get like an apartment, like one apartment suite. So with this track, yeah, it's very expensive, very well maintained. Yes, this is the Hong Kong Jockey Club. So every inch of this lawn, yeah, it actually costs a lot. Hey, Animal Lover 7, it's beautiful. The horses that are able to race in Hong Kong are a very high caliber as well. So you can see, I love horses. They're such majestic animals. And I thought you guys should just have a look. You will never, ever see the Hong Kong races like this with like almost nobody in the audience. Hello. Usually this place is all filled up with people. Hey Nelly. And there's usually a carnival, parades, live band, everything all over here. There's people cheering, but because it's the COVID right now, so there's nobody. So right now it's only limited to selected members of the Jockey Club, as well as the staff and what else? And some of their bosses, the stewards of the Jockey Club. They allow filming. They do actually. Of course they do. But you just can't interfere with the horses with, with flashes and stuff. You can't do that. You can't scare them. But it's actually very limited right now in terms of who can come in. So this is pretty exclusive footage that you guys are seeing right now. Why am I permitted to come? Haha. That's a very good question. Why can MeloCat come in? Take a wild guess. Oh, they're so cute. So cute. Okay, so I just said, right? So it's actually, it's not like they don't allow people to come in. It's only selected people that can come in. So I probably fall under one of those categories I just mentioned. But it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. So now the horses are coming out onto the parade ring, and yep, that's correct, Alan. Race 6 coming up. You're just watching Hong Kong races on television. No, because my side job involves working with the horses. So my side job involves talking about them. I've been doing that for 8 years. I used to do that on TV, and I used to do that here on venue. So the mumbles that you hear in the background, I used to do that in the broadcasting room. And in the past couple years, I work in a different venue. So I don't do that to the for the public anymore. But yeah, so I've been working with this club since I can't remember when. It's not a side job. It's my regular side job for like the longest time. And as you probably notice, so here you can't really dress casually to come in, but I don't have a uniform. So this actually, I'm on my break right now. So in case you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually working today. So I'm taking you guys on a work tour of mine, when I'm actually on my break. Pretty cool, right? So this is the other side of MeloCat that you probably didn't know, is that, yeah, I talk about the horses as one of my hello, this guy's like spitting out white foam. You're spitting out white foam. Maine horse farms, this is international. See, the thing is, right, these are race horses, so it's not like horse farms. I think we do have a few in Hong Kong, but those aren't race horses. Yeah, I look good in blue. Thank you. If anything, I match the social distance stuff. Yeah, you obviously didn't know what else I did. So I have been a horse racing commentator for a very long time. It's not until the past 1 or 2 years that I started to do it for, not for TV and not for the official channel for the Jockey Club. The official channel being the broadcast that you hear on site. I don't really do that anymore because I wanted to spend more time to build up my other businesses. So that's why, but I still work with the club. I still talk about them on a weekly basis, but because of the COVID, I don't really come. We've had like a period because of the fourth wave where they only limit like the skeleton crew. So now that's not in effect anymore. I'm back. So right now, the horses are getting ready to go out. So as you can see, they're opening the gate right here. So they're done with the parade ring. The parade ring is actually called the parade ring or the paddock. I think the old name's called the paddock. And so they're just getting ready to make it out to the tracks. And these are my favorite horses too. So these gray ones actually work for the club. And yeah, it's kind of spitting a little bit. It's kind of cold outside. So what happens is that these horses are basically like guiding the race horses. If they're naughty, if they're not calm, or if they kind of just ran off somehow, then these guys that's riding them will actually catch them back. Somehow these gray horses, right? They're very good at keeping them calm, believe it or not. I don't know what it is, but they're just very good at it. They should sponsor me. Actually, you know what they say, right? To find a good racehorse, you need to not only have somebody who's good at racing, somebody who's good at racing, but also horses that are not dumb enough, but not smart enough to be obedient, but they can't be dumb enough that they don't listen to what you do. But then they can't be so smart that they know how to slack off. It's actually the same. It's actually the same thing when you're hiring people for a company. Dougie, you're watching the horses. Good. It helps good causes and stuff. So yeah, a bit about the Hong Kong Jockey Club. So in Hong Kong, horse racing is 100% charity. All the money that's made from the Jockey Club actually goes to charity in Hong Kong. So a lot of our schools or hospitals, a lot of the community centers are actually built from the money from Jockey Club. Where are the owner and training properties? Obviously not in Hong Kong. Well, the owners here, the training property is in Sha Tin. So we're in Happy Valley right now. Happy Valley, this is actually more in the middle of the city, where the other facility is in Sa Tin. That's where the stables and everything are. But yeah, it's a much smaller area compared to a lot of international places, because Hong Kong we have limited land. You know pretty much nothing about the horse racing or Jockey Club. That's fine. Most people actually don't. That's actually kind of normal. But see, so with the uniforms that the jockeys are wearing, they're actually it was selected for a reason. So I think it's the owners and the trainers. How's it going? And that's Tin Tai Gong. That's Tin. So what happens is that they actually select the patterns that goes on their uniform. And what happens? Hey, long time no see. How's it going?
Too long.
Yeah, I know. So I've actually interviewed a lot of these jockeys before at work. So we can actually recognize each other even with the face mask. You lived there a couple years ago. It's actually one of the best places to live in Hong Kong. Oh wow. Views from the parade field. I know, it's beautiful, right? So yeah, Jockey Club is actually a very rich club, considering the kind of turnover that we have from the football, which is essentially soccer, football betting, the lottery, horse racing, because it's one of the only ways that you can actually bet legally in Hong Kong, right? So you can imagine it's quite popular. You've had dinner at the members lounge a few times. It's very good. Our food ain't bad here, actually. So they're getting on the track. They're getting ready. So everyone's kind of doing their little warm up. See, this guy is guiding him out. It's beautiful. We teach horses to dance. Really? Are you serious now? Oh, it's one of the most beautifulest things ever. I don't know what you guys think, but I really love being at the Jockey Club because it feels alive. It just feels alive. So just a bit, and this is definitely something you weren't expecting. Well, this is part of budget travels. So this place, I can't say it's a non-touristy area. This is, if you're a tourist, I would say going to the Jockey Club to see the races is definitely one of the must-goes. It's not like an off the beaten track travel, but it is part of budget travel because it doesn't really cost that much to come in here. But this is beautiful. Shall we all watch a race together? So we have 6 minutes. Okay, I'll show you. So here it says 6 minutes to go until the race starts. You don't have to. Actually, you don't have to know much about it. So just a quick look at odds. So the lighting here at the Jockey Club is so good. Even if it's nighttime, it looks like daytime. So the best paying horse is number 7. It pays 100 times if it comes in first. And then the most popular one is horse number 5, actually. If you guys can see what I'm writing here. Horse number 5, if it wins, it comes in 4.8 times. Okay, number 7, it comes in first, it's 100 times. There we go. Now let's just take a look. See, this is beautiful. The lighting, everything is perfect. If anything, you can smell the money and the energy in this place. And I think they're getting started soon. Nothing beats live events. Yeah, I totally agree. However, the starting point is actually way out there. So if anything, I think it's probably over there. So what happens is that they're just going to the starting line now. So in Hong Kong at the Happy Valley races is basically like an oval track. So depending on how long the distance that they're running, in this case it's 1,000 meters. They're starting at a different point. And so this right here, I'm actually at the finishing line. Yeah, and they're just gonna do. And then they're gonna stop at that or not stop at that corner, but they're gonna start turning at that corner, and then the home straight. And then usually during a normal race day before COVID, you'll actually hear people cheering, and then you will hear people swearing by the time it reaches the finish line, because the swearing is usually from the people who lost. And then when they reach a home straight, you'll usually hear people screaming, cheering for their horses, which, if you ask me, I think is very incredible. Reason why I say that is because just like mahjong, a lot of gambling, the beat the backstabber thing that I was doing in one of my lives, where the woman just beats the living shit out of cursing whoever's backstabbing you. And also the Jockey Club is a great outlet for people to just scream off of their lungs in a very legitimate manner. So here, I think with a few dollars US, which is like the smallest bet is like $1.50 US, and you can be screaming off the top of your lungs, and you can curse the hell out of whichever horse you want, just because they lost. So I think that's the reason why a lot of the uncles and aunties, that they live so long here in Hong Kong. It's because they take that frustration out, right? Let's see. They need to be petting all of them. Oh, trust me, the horses here are very well taken care of. They're very good. It's like midnight scream in the States. Yep, that's right. You guys are going around the track the wrong way. Actually, you know what? The ones in Hong Kong, I don't know about other countries, but they're actually treated pretty well. And believe it or not, some horses, they just love running. It's almost like cats doing their zoomies, and you have to kind of let them release their energy. You know, some race horses, they're selected to be a racehorse for that reason. It's because they were like that, and people are pretty good at picking them out. You know, but it kind of makes sense, right? Like, if you ask me, it would make sense, you know, instead of training them, why don't you pick the ones that are already into it and then just give them more coaching, right? And I think that's what they're doing with a lot of horse racing. Like, you know, they actually pick the ones that actually like it. But of course, I wouldn't know all the details in terms of how they select. This is how you... The audience, backstabber grammars are awesome. Hey, Liam. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Alan. I'm not adopting horses. Trust me. To own a horse in Hong Kong, you get to be filthy rich. A racehorse, that is. Probably live better than I do. Oh, hell yes. And if you look at, you know, the lawn, it's actually very well maintained. And why do I know? Okay, so inside here, inside, it's actually a public soccer field and a public running track. So you can actually go there. It's just that this strip belongs to the Jockey Club. And you can actually see that a lot of birds would actually come pecking on the grass seeds sometime. And it's funny, see how the finishing line, right? During summertime, like whenever I come here the most, you'll see a lot of birds just lining up there and they're just pecking at the grass. I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, are horses like shitting themselves when they're crossing a finish line that the grass is more fertile? I have no idea. I'm very good, Liam. Doing very, very good. So now we're just waiting. See, the horses, they're actually like at the starting line now. They're waiting to get into the gate. There we go. That's a funny joke, Paul. Okay, so what happens is that they're all getting into their gate. They're about to start. And the thing is, they try to, as far as I'm concerned, they try to keep this duration as short as possible because, you know, that way the horses don't get frustrated from being in their gates for too long, right? Which makes sense. And they want to run. It's like, hey, let's get going. See, look at the amount of staff that's working. The people that's wearing the blue outfit, those are the Jockey Club staff. Oh, the lawn is probably as nice as most golf courses. Oh yeah, of course. I know the city view is just awesome. Okay, so we're just waiting, we're going. Oh, 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Hey, Gato Ninja. Sorry, it's not so much cats and dogs today. It's more like horses. Oh, good. We're good to go. All right, ready. Okay, ready? Such a beautiful view to be watching the horse races. It's against one of the most beautifulest night views in Hong Kong, in the most expensive neighborhood, of course. Okay, so they're gonna come over to this side. Well, horse number 11, hasn't won a race since 2015 Ireland. Hope he wins. Did you bet on number 11? Oh, here they are, right there, home straight. So they got professional photographers that actually takes the shots. All right, let's see who we got. All right, so that was that. Super fast. Now let's see. I was too busy filming, so I didn't really get to see who passed the finishing line. Whoa, who was that? That was number 11. Woo! All right. Who was it who said number 11? Oh, wow. Amazing. So it was number 11. I can feel the wind. I can feel the wind. Faster than the vans. I know. That was pretty good. See, for the odds, right? For the odds, it what's the payout? The payout would have been 6.8 times approximately. And if it came in, if you bought a place, meaning you bet that it comes in the first 3, it's actually 1.8 times. All right. You didn't bet, but wanted him to win. Well, we got it. Okay, so let me introduce a little bit more about this place. It's actually one of my favorite places in Hong Kong. Not just because of the horse racing itself, and I've been working with the club for a very long time, but I love this view. Every time I look here, I'm like, oh shit, I belong to this place. Woohoo! Yep, 旅遊拿督啊 ，travel datuk. Just a fun fact, see the horse collar, if you can hear his voice at the back that he's calling the races. In the history of the Hong Kong races, I don't think there's ever been a female that was doing this row. For obvious reasons, is because when women's voice at high pitch talks at such a high word count, it gets really annoying for the ears. So that's why. That's one of the reasons why, they never had a horse collar that's a female. Oh, good. Yeah, catch it tomorrow. No worries. So now I can actually just sit anywhere I want. Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing, right? Pretty cool. Let me just grab myself a seat. Social distancing protocol in effect, but guess what? There's nobody here. Like nobody. It's true. It's easy to pick the winners when you're not betting. Well, there's nobody here now, so that means I can actually sit in. Wow, so clean. So clean. I know, nature is awesome. City view is very awesome too. So you guys, this is actually a very precious stream. Not only because it's so hard to get in here now during the pandemic, but also, having this peace and quiet. You will never see this again, ever. It's just great. It's just beautiful. Yeah, the whole thing's done for charity. A lot of schools, hospitals, community centers, and a lot of the medical buildings, research. Yeah. It is. That's why I wanted you guys to see this. No, all good, all good. It is very calming. Believe it or not, just sitting, I can sit here all day and just watch whatever birds. Blackbirds 2000, that's so funny. So just so you guys know. So was that the verse you heard over speaker at the races 2009 was when you were in Hong Kong? No, I was probably at the TV station then. 2019. Yeah, I think I was at the TV station. So these places, right? Basically, like just imagine like a little apartment building, for example, like that one, right? That would cost you easily like 10 million US to start. Pretty cool, right? Have I won? I didn't bet. I was just doing my live stream. I didn't bet. Yeah, no, I can. Me too. Like actually, sometimes I come in here and I record videos for the Jockey Club, or I host events for them. That happens, during the wee times of the day, and what happens is that I actually sit here. I sit here, like exactly here, and I'm just like absorbing the vibe. Like sometimes my shootings can start as early as like 6 a.m. and then I'll come here like at 5:30 and I'll just sit here and I'm just absorbing that peace and quiet before the sun comes up. Yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it? That's why the other day I was like, I was hoping that that work resumes, because we had the fourth wave and a lot of us didn't have to come to work because it's only the skeleton crew that's in effect. How much are the tickets? So is the public, if you're not going to, if you're not going to the members only floors, those ones are by invitation only. You can only book if you're a member, depending on which floor. Some of them are horse owners, some of them are just members, different levels of members. But if you're talking about these blue chairs, right? These are actually for the general public. And as far as I'm concerned, it's $10 Hong Kong dollars to get in per head per night. So that's like $1.40 US. Oh, you saw my cat ring. So it's really cheap. That's why I say it's going to be part of my budget travel series. But yeah, here like a jug of beer is like $170. It's like, let's see, it's like $20 US for a jug of beer. The beer here is really cheap. Yeah, well, it's usually very noisy actually. So here, this place is called the Beer Garden, just so that you know. And what happens is that they have food stalls here. This place is just packed with people, like elbow to elbow. All the seats are taken, and usually they have live bands and stuff going on, and then they have promotion girls, they have freebie giveaways, and then they get games and stuff like that. It's kind of like a carnival. Yeah. They run clockwise there. Yeah. So it's always this way. So if you guys, just hold on. If you guys want to know what these people are doing, so these folks, see how there's a bunch of people that's walking with a stick in their hand.
Commencing in 1873, the Hong Kong Derby has a heritage that spans generations.
Christopher Block. Is that why? Because you see the horses? Okay, so what happens is that between the races, sometimes you'll actually see the staff, they're taking like a poking stick. Let's see if I can actually show you up close. So they're poking the lawn. You don't even drink anymore, but you feel you enjoy that? What do I do to be able to get into a place like that? Watch my stream earlier. It was said early in my stream. So what happens is that you're holding a poking stick. The main reason being after the horses run. So if you actually watch the horses in slow motion, when they kick up the dirt when they run, it actually causes little pits, like little holes. Right? So what they do is they actually try to actually level it back by poking. They're just looking for those holes that's in the grass. So these people work very hard. So in between the races, they just do that to kind of replenish the holes. And you guys know? Okay, so for the tracks, okay, you see how wide it is right here, right? So the white gate in here, like this one, okay, they can actually move it. So after each race day, they actually start moving it from outside inwards. So you can imagine the track gets more narrower and narrower. So up to a certain extent, and then they'll move it back to outside, and then it starts doing that. So every time they move it inwards until it can only go, well, there's a limit in terms of how narrow you can keep it, and then they move it back out and then it comes back in. The reason why they do that is because when they're running in a circle in an oval rink like this, on the track. So what happens is that everyone is trying to, be in the inside, right? That way you don't have to run as long as a distance, which makes sense. But the thing is, if everyone is fighting for the inside, you can imagine the horses, they're going to dig up so much grass and dirt in the inside that it's going to become quite bare. So this is so first, like it's like this, it becomes a bit more bare, and then after is like here. Wait, and so you can imagine that red line. Now it's more bare here, and then there, and then there, and so on, right? So they got to keep moving that gate so that the inside of the rink is never on the same spot for too long. So that way it actually lets the grass have a chance to grow back. That's what they do it for. And another thing is, I know you can't really see it with your naked eye, but the Jockey Club, the track is kind of like slanted in a way. Like, I'm exaggerating it, but it's like this. So when it rains really bad, our water, the system to actually, not extract the water, but so that the water can actually exit the tracks ASAP is actually super good. Super good. It could be like raining like so bad outside, and the tracks are not flooded. Lawn maintenance. How you fix the green on the golf course? Yep. No. We have the dirt track as well, but because we have two horse racing tracks in Hong Kong. One is in Happy Valley, that's right here. The other one's in Sha Tin. Sha Tin is where I went to IKEA and found the bug the other day. That area. That they have a dirt and they have turf. But here, because this is in the middle of the city, and the inside of this track is actually a public soccer field and a running track for humans. So I don't know what the reason was, but we don't have one here. Have I seen any race accidents? I have in my lifetime, a few, but not too many. You were expecting a track and that the grass was just a parade field? No, our parade ring is actually right there. There's an IKEA in Sha Tin. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to absorb this aura. Ooh, yeah. If in case some of the places I took you in central Hong Kong, in case that wasn't expensive enough, well, here it is. This is another very expensive neighborhood in Hong Kong. Not to mention that each inch of this grass is, very expensive. Oh, so for this particular race, they are having the starting gate right here. Reason being, it's 1,800 meters, so you can imagine they're gonna go in kind of like one home straight, around in a circle, and then come back. So that goes to 1,800 meters. So it's kind of like 1.5 circles, almost. Place is massive. Yeah. And what I love about the lighting of this place is that it always feels like it's daytime, even if it's nighttime. Woohoo! So that's that. Let's see. Just get a good view of the track here. I would not be able. No, this is Causeway Bay, Happy Valley and Causeway Bay. If this was on a non-COVID race day, you guys would not be able to hear what I say. It would be impossible because it's so noisy. So you guys are in for a treat. But that's it. I'm gonna go back now. It's so cold right here. It's super cold. Okay, I'm gonna go back. It's a rather short stream today, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it because not very often do I actually take you guys, to work, which is what I'm doing right now. So yeah, enjoy. see you guys. If there's anything else that you guys want to see in Hong Kong, shoot me, a message on Discord. I'll think about it. And also, yeah, if you guys are not on Discord yet, join us on Discord. We've got a really cool community there. It's not the same without the crowd, but you know what? Because of COVID, people can't come in for the most part. But our, the pool and the amount that people are betting on as a total, it has not dropped. In case you're wondering, it increased by how much I don't know, but it did not drop. The betting pool has not. Hey, Uncle Daniel, any tips? You can't bet from wherever you are anyway. Do we use furlongs? Actually, no, we don't. We do not. But we know what it is. That's actually like an old school metric that we use, but yeah, not here. Not right now. If some yes still do, especially when they're used to horse racing from abroad. But no, not in Hong Kong. Oh, that's a cute little pink little guard. Okay, that's it, you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm freezing my ass here. Have a good one, you guys. Thanks for coming in.